Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you out there, wherever you are in the world. This is Samuel Anekan Udo welcoming you to Edislam Online Academy. In this video, we'll be looking at how to construct piping using AutoCAD, draw some piping components using AutoCAD. In this particular tutorial, we'll be drawing elbow, 10-inch schedule 80 elbows using AutoCAD. So without wasting your time, let's just move over to the software itself. So this is our AutoCAD drafting window. AutoCAD drafting window. Okay. So like I said, that we'll be drawing a 10-inch schedule 80 elbow. 10-inch schedule 80 elbow. So already I have the dimensions here. I have the dimension over here. So for our this is pipe data app. This is a 10-inch 90-degree long radius elbow schedule 80. This is the radius of curvature. The radius of curvature is 281. Radius of curvature is 281 for a 10-inch pipe. This is 10-inch. Schedule 80. Schedule 80. The schedule has to do with the thickness. That is the internal diameter. All 10-inch pipes, 10-inch elbow, 10-inch fittings are going to have the same outer diameter. All 10-inch elbow, the outer diameter is going to be the same, but internal diameter will change based on the schedule of that component of that elbow. So in this case now, right now, let's check the information for the outer and internal diameter. So we're going to look at a 10-inch pipe. This is a 10-inch schedule 80 pipe information. The outer diameter of a 10-inch schedule 80 pipe is 273.1 millimeter, while the inside is 242.82 millimeter. Okay. So let me go back to the software itself. So already those dimensions has been drawn here. Those dimensions has been drawn. So this is our, like I said, this is the radius of curvature, which I've already shown you. This is 381. This is 381 for a 10-inch elbow. The radius of curvature is 381 millimeter. So what's the first thing? There are several approaches you can actually use to draw your elbow in AutoCAD. So I'm going to use my first method here. So the first thing you do is that you draw the radius of curvature. Okay, you draw what? The radius of curvature. So we're going to do this. First and foremost, I would like to create layers. So come to layer properties. Let me show you. Layer properties, you create these layers: centerline layer, dimension layer, ID, that is for internal diameter, and OD, and use these colors. For centerline, use white. Then for dimension, use green, ID, use 9, OD, use yellow. Set your this into yellow. Okay, that is under. Let me show you in case you've not done this before. So you are going to change the color. Just click on this right now. So come here. This is 9. You just type 9 here and click OK. That is under index color, not true color. It can be true color. It can be color books, but you're going to make sure you select index color, and then we're going to make use of 9 at that location. So I put 9 here. Click OK. And you're going to have that color. Now my ID, the line type is AutoCAD. So AutoCAD, click on that AutoCAD dash underscore ISO 2W100. So how do you get that? In case you don't know how to get that, you're going to click on load. When you click on load, this is AutoCAD dash ISO 3W 100. Okay, sorry. AutoCAD does that's ISO 2W100. That is the line type I use. So you just select that and you click OK. When you click OK, it's going to load it. And then you come here and select it and click OK. And then that line, you're going to have it there. So then for center line, we're using center 2. So you're going to load that in the same way. Already, I have a video in which I actually taught you how to create your layers and select your lines. So the same process. Okay, let me assume I want to change this 0 layer. What we have there by default is continuous. If I want to change to another type, I'm going to click on the one I have there, which is continuous. Then I'll go to load, click on load. Then let's assume I want to change it to border. Then I'll not click on border, click on OK. Then when I come here, I select border, I click OK, and that has actually changed. So set your layer. After setting your layer now, we move over to start drawing our elbow. So what do we do? First and foremost, make sure auto mode is on. Then make sure your snaps, endpoint snaps, midpoint snap, center snap, geometric center, node, quadrant, intersection, perpendicular nearest are all turned on. Okay. Then now, what's the next thing we do is that we're going to start right away. So putting my layer on center line, I'm going to draw the radius of curvature, which I have here. So I come here, I draw a vertical line. I draw a vertical line. Okay. So I draw a vertical line of the length is 381. Okay. So, okay, 381. So after drawing that, I draw an horizontal of same 381. 381. So next thing, I'm going to draw the radius of center of curvature, which is 381. So I come to arc, specify start point or center. I choose this, I click on the center option in the command window. That's the center, this center here. I click there. Start point is here. End point here. Okay. So I have this right now. This is the radius of curvature. So the next thing, what do I do? The next thing is that I'm going to copy this. Just the radius of curvature alone. I copy this into, okay, just one places. I copy one of them. I copy this. Let me move it forward a little. I copy this forward. So now, I want to create the, so copy this as well over here. Bring this over here. So I want to create the outer diameter of the elbow, the outer diameter. Now, what is the outer diameter? The outer diameter, when we looked, I showed from pipe data was 273.1. 273.1. Now, to create the outer diameter, we're going to offset the radius of center line of curvature up and down by half the outer diameter. If the outer diameter is 273.1, when you divide it by 2, you're going to have 136.55. So divide 273.1 by 2. You can use your calculator or you can do it manually. You're going to get 136.55. So now you now offset this up by 136.55 and down by the same value. That is 136.55. You offset this center radius of center line of curvature up and down. So let's type offset. Offset. So we are offsetting by 136.55. You press enter. Now select object to offset. You select this one. Offset up. Select this. Upside it down. Okay. So Now, this is an object. This is the outer diameter. This is the outer diameter. So we're going to change the layer from centerline layer. So select this and select this and come over here. You have centerline as the current layer. We're going to change it to OD, outer diameter. So when you select OD, click on escape on your keyboard. So that layer has been changed to outer diameter, outer diameter. Next, select all these three lines and move it forward. Copy it forward a little. Okay. So when you copy it forward, we are going to join these lines together to create the elbow. So you come over here, change your layer to OD, that is outer diameter. Now go to line, come here, click, right click again, repeat line, come here, and your elbow has actually been created. So let's join them together. Join the outer lines together. Join this side to this side to this side, this side. So when you select the four lines, the curves, the two lines, and the curves, just type join, J-O-I-N, and press enter. And now everything is joined together. So we have the outer elbow, the elbow with the outer diameter. It remains the one with the internal diameter. Okay. So the same process, like I said, this is the radius of curvature, which we copied from here, down here. So now, to create the elbow with the internal diameter, we need to know the internal diameter. And from pipe data, I'd already showed you. So what is the internal diameter? The internal diameter is 242.8. Internal diameter is what? 242.8. So we're going to offset this radius of center line of curvature up and down by half of 242.8, which is actually 121.41. You can use your calculator to confirm that. 121.41. So offset again, we type offset. It pops up, I select it. So what is your offset distance? We type in 121.41. We press enter on our keyboard. So you come here, you select it, offset up, select it again, offset down. Okay. So you select the three lines and copy them forward. Select the three lines and copy them forward. So right now we're going to change these four lines to the inner diameter layers. So select these four lines and come over here. It's on center line layer. We're going to change the layer now from center line layer, where we have layers, center line layer. We're going to change it to ID, which is internal diameter. Now press escape on your keyboard. You press escape. So these layers now are now internal diameter ID. So now we're going to come over here now, change this to ID, internal diameter, and go to line, then join this together, join this to this. Right click again, go to repeat line, join this to this. Now select this 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to join them together so that they'll become one simple entity, single entity. So we type join after selecting all of them and press enter, and they are all joined together. So now we have, this is our elbow. This is the internal diameter. This is the elbow. Sorry, this is the outer diameter here, while this is the elbow with the internal diameter. So next, what do we do? Is we're going to combine the elbow together into one object, the internal and the outer. So what do? Just bring this, copy this internal diameter over here, copy it, then select this, and you're going to copy this and superimpose it on the internal diameter. Copy the elbow with the outer diameter, but be careful. So after selecting it, I right click, I go to copy selection. Okay, now It's a specified base point. This is where you need to be careful. There are two base points that are going to give you what you actually need. The base point that will give you what you actually need is the center line of curvature. Either you select from here, or from here, or from here. Those are the spots that are actually going to give you place the outer on the inner correctly. So come here, down here, endpoint appears, click, then move it to the same spot on the elbow for the internal, and then click, press escape. And right now we have our elbow. Our elbow has been drawn. This is the internal diameter, this is the internal diameter, this is the outer diameter. So we have our elbow drawn. So this is the steps to drawing the elbow. Okay, this is actually the elbow in 3D. In our lesson, one of our lessons, I'm going to actually model the 3D. Let me actually show you. This is the 3D of this elbow. This is a 3D model of the elbow. So look, watch out for that video in which actually I'm going to actually teach you how to create the 3D representation, the 3D model of the elbow. So let's actually go back to where we were. So right now, this is one method. I said I was going to show you different methods. So I'm going to stick with two methods today. Let me go to the second method. So when you want to draw your elbow, what do you do? So the center line of curvature, you need to know it. It is 381. So what do? You come here, up here to cycle. Center radius. You draw a cycle of center radius 381. 381. Okay. So having drawn that cycle of center radius 381, next we are going to draw the outer diameter of our elbow. We're going to try to form the outer diameter. So the outer diameter is was 273.1. So we're going to offset this cycle by half of 273.1, which was actually 136.55. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to offset. So you go to, I type in offset, OFF, offset pops up, I select it. So we're offsetting by 136.55. So I type in 136.55. I press enter. It says I should select object to offset. I select this, I offset outside. I select this, I offset inside. So let me just copy it forward. So let me delete this one. This was the center of radius of center of curvature, the original cycle that was offsetted, both up and outside and inside. So I'm going to change the color to outer diameter color. So I select the two offsetted cycle. I come here to layer. I click on OD. I press on escape on my keyboard, and it is actually formed. So I copy this out again. So what's the next thing I do? The next thing I do is that I'm going to draw a line from top to bottom. This line should actually be on center layer. Let me change it to center layer. I draw a line. I draw the same line horizontally. From the quadrant, the line is supposed to go from quadrant to quadrant and pass through the center. So let me delete this one and show you. So when you draw, make sure your quadrant snap is turned on. You come to the quadrant here, quadrant appears, click. It's going to pass through the center. Come to quadrant here again, click. Okay. So now, with this, we can actually draw various cycle. We can actually draw various cycle. So what do we do? Let me just copy this down. so that I can, in case I want to make use of it again, I can make use of it. So what do we do right now? Having drawn this now, can draw any of this elbow. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to use the trim tool. I type in TRIM. It appears. I click on it. I press enter on my keyboard. Then I'm going to trim this out. I'm going to trim this away. Okay. Then I'm going to trim this and this out of it. Okay. So this is our outer. Okay. So I have one. I can, in case I want another one in another direction, I can just come here, trim this out, and trim this out. I'm going to delete this out. Trim, 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 enter. I trim this out. I trim this out. So I have another one in another direction. Okay. So these are the outer diameters. In the same way, you can actually follow the same way to create the inner diameter using the cycle approach. So what do we do? Just like before, you draw the radius, a cycle of radius of curvature of 3, 8, 1. That is this one here, 3, 8, 1. Cycle of radius of curvature of 3, 8, 1. Cycle of radius 3, 8, 1. You do that first of all. After doing that, my layer is on center line layer. So we're going to offset by the internal diameter of the elbow. Half of the internal diameter, we're going to offset inside and outside. The internal diameter is 242.8. So half is going to be 121.4. So we're going to offset this 121.4. 121.41. Okay, we're going to offset 121.41. Okay, so type offset, select offset, specify offset distance 121.41. Press enter. Select object to offset. Select this offset outside, offset inside. Okay. So next, what do you do? Let's copy this. Okay, before we copy, let's keep it the outer. These 2 cycles on the inner line layer. I think it's already there. Okay. No, this one should be on center line layer. This part, this one. So next, you copy this. You copy this. Then we're going to draw a line that will pass through the center, vertically and horizontally. So look for the quadrant here. Make sure quadrant snap is turned on. This is where you're going to turn on quadrant snap or just snap setting. Come here and make sure this is quadrant. This one is ticked on. Okay. So your line now, you come to quadrant, draw a line, quadrant to quadrant. Right click on repeat line from quadrant to quadrant again. So you can, as many as you want to draw, you can just copy it, create copies, so you can draw as many as you want to draw. So we're going to draw these 2. We're going to draw those 2. So we'll use the trim tool. So you type in TR, trim pops up, you click on it, you press enter your keyboard. Then what do? You trim this out. You trim this out. you trim this out, you trim this out. Okay, and delete this and take this out. Let's join this place properly. Okay, then you can join this 1, 2, 3. Select this 3, this 1, 2, 3, 4, and type join, Join, and join them together. Okay, so next we're going to create this other one here. So how do you do that? The same process. Type trim, press enter, and then trim these 1, 2, 3. Trim it out. Then trim this 1, 2, 3. Trim this. Trim this. So join 1, 2, 3, 4. Type JOIN. Select them and join. So this is now one object. This is one object now. So these are single objects which we are going to actually combine into one object. So keep this layer on OD and come here, select 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure this is OD. Let's select them again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then type JOIN, join, press enter. They are joined together. The same thing over here. Select 1, 2, 3, 4, and type JOIN and press enter. Okay. So now is to bring them together. So just copy these. Let's copy them forward at the same time. So what do you do that? Next thing you're going to do is select this one, right click, go to copy selection, pick it down from here and drop it at the same spot on the outer. Press escape. The same thing over here. Select this, right click, go to copy selection, pick it up from here and drop it there. So we've actually created our elbow. Look at it with the inner and outer diameter. This is another one with inner and outer diameter. So this is very, very simple and easy. Just go over the video again, a second time or a third time for a better understanding. If you have any question, just drop your questions in the comment section, or any comments you want to make, drop in the comment section, or you can chat me up on WhatsApp directly on +234 803829 5185. That is on WhatsApp on +234 803829 5185. You can also connect with me on Instagram on Eddysam for real. That is Eddysam, EDDYSAM, then 4 in number 4, then REAL. I'm going to drop it in the comment section. Then you can please join my Facebook page, that is Eddysam Online Academy, and my Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups. And also, please, I would like you to subscribe to this video. Subscribe to the video, like the video, drop your comments, click on the bell icon so that you will always be notified whenever I upload any video. I'm highly delighted that you took out your time to join me this evening. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you, and I would like you to keep on joining. So for now, I wish you all the best. Bye. So we'll meet in the next lesson. Thank you so much.